Welcome, everybody, to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek, and I'm super excited. Today is Tuesday, and today's topic is how technology has helped our business. I know
Yeah.
we talked a lot about that yesterday, but again, welcome one, welcome all. Welcome to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. I'm Derek. This is my beautiful wife, Miss Shay. She's going to tell you how great she is in just a minute. But again, if you're new to us, let us know by two ways: by texting it in the chat, but also by texting new to 407-326-0086. We got a free gift that we want to give you. Shay, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. My name is Shanye Shea Forston, and I am the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a local 501c3 nonprofit organization that utilizes the ILF model, along with all of the softwares and systems that you'll be hearing us talk about tonight, in providing housing for individuals that are homeless, on the verge of homelessness, having some, financial or fiscal issues, and that's what we do. And I'm also a co-founder here with this guy, Mr. Derek Forston, where I get to do life, not only marriage, but we get to do life, business, and all sorts of amazing things together. I'm excited to have you all here. Go ahead and put where you're from, where you're tuning in from in the chat. If you're new, like Derek said, go ahead and text the word new, NEW, to 407-326-0086. We have a free ILF gift for you.
Absolutely.
That we would love for you to enjoy. And let's get on with the show tonight. How are you feeling?
Also,
what
let me know
about?
if you guys can hear us loud and clear. I'm not even sure if I have my microphone on, so y'all let me know.
Lord have mercy.
So you guys let us know if you can hear us loud and clear. And as usual, we've been telling you all that we were going to get better with the timing of this thing. We usually go way over in terms of our information, but I can say the last two times that we came on, we did a great job of getting you guys out a little bit early. Tonight's going to be no different. We're not going to spend a lot of time here tonight. But just like always, we're going to make sure that we're consistent. We're going to make sure that we always show up. And we're going to make sure that we answer all the questions, especially from anybody that's new to us.
Yeah.
That either this is your first time meeting us or you have no clue what an independent living facility is. So again, if you're here, you probably love God, love people, and love real estate. And what my family and my wife and us together have done is that we've trademarked and we've came up with the phrase independent living facility. And that's just an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So you've probably been dreaming to start a group home or an ALF or some kind of housing program, but you were stopped by all the licensures and all the red tape. This is the right now model. So the ILF model, guys, doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property. There is no oversight from your state entities or your people in your city, right? ACA, DCF, all of these different people that sometimes some of you have to go through when you're opening these licensed facilities with staff.
Yeah.
That's another thing, guys, that we don't have staff, right? Because again, we're serving people that are completely independent. And tonight we're just going to talk about a little bit of what makes that successful, what technologies are we using. And again, if you're new to us, let us know, because I want to make sure that I answer any questions that you guys may have about ILFs. And Shay and I will be here for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then we'll let you guys go. Shay?
Listen, so I'm excited about something you said, Derek. We utilize a lot of softwares and systems to help us not only get the word out about our ILFs, but also help us to keep that information flowing to our case managers, social workers, to all of the people that we partner with. Let's talk a little bit about something. I see a lot of people joining. Welcome, everybody. Go ahead and put your name and where you're joining us from in the chat. We'd love to know who you are and be able to direct any answers or answer any questions that you may have this evening. This conversation is not just about technologies and what we use, but we are also here to answer any of your independent living facility or shared housing questions. If you haven't already, go ahead, like and subscribe to our amazing channel where we talk all things ILF, shared housing, softwares and systems, and how virtual assistants, how can I even forget about that? And all things related to business and growing your business. How do you grow, scale, continue to be relevant in business?
Absolutely. And I also posted something just a little while ago in one of those group home groups. So if you're joining from that, also let me know. We've been getting a lot of questions from that group, and I'm absolutely okay with that. And again, I'm gonna give it back over to Shay, but just want to welcome everybody that also may have joined from that post that I did about 5 minutes ago.
And to our Instagram family, welcome as well. Sorry, I got to toggle between screens here. to make sure that we are truly welcoming you all as well. Again, if you're new to us, from those that are tuning in on Instagram, go ahead and come on over to YouTube. It's going to be a lot more interactive there. And again, Instagram only gives us an hour to stream. So you may want to come on over to YouTube so that you don't lose us. And that's at Forston Consultants. Derek, I do want to mention something. We've got Homes by Sophia joining us from Facebook, and we've got LaShawn Murray from South Carolina joining us as well. So again, welcome one, welcome all. Let's talk a little bit about some of the significance of having, one, a website, a social media presence, an online presence as an ILF owner and operator. Can you speak to that?
Actually, Shay, believe it or not, I'm gonna let you speak to it because we actually spoke about this yesterday.
Listen.
But I will lead out with this. Shay, I take a lot of phone calls every day, a lot of discovery calls, strategy calls for people that want to do this. And I'm getting a lot of influx of calls from people that are already in it, but they can't get the clients.
Yeah.
And Shay, I can ask 3 questions in the beginning and find out most people's problems. Most people don't have a website presence and or social media. And today in 2024, and guess what, Shay, we're almost halfway through the year in 2025.
Listen,
if you don't have a website or a social media presence, at least on 4 different outlets, that means Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, you're already missing the gravy train on that. So I'm going to lead out with that. Shay, without a CRM system to keep track of all of these clients and social workers and case managers and residents, and without that internet footprint that allows people to look you up to make sure that they know that you're real, Shay, it's hard to do business like that when nobody can go back and see who you are. So a lot of people are trying to start this with no website, no social media. I say it all the time, guys. I don't care if you bake the best chicken or you fry the best chicken or you the best baker and you got the best chocolate chip cookies in the world. But if nobody don't know about it, how do you get people to come in
it's
right to buy those cookies or fried pieces of chicken?
They won't. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people have the misunderstanding of one, having the website presence, and one, consistency, right? I think the biggest issue when we come into this space, we don't treat it as if it's like any other business model. You've got to market. People are going to trust, but they need to verify. And that's one of the ways that they're going to do so. They're going to go and vet your website. They're going to view to make sure that you have a website. Listen, I tell anyone that I consult, make sure you have a Google My Business account. You want to make sure that your business is visible on the Google platform. What does that look like? It looks significantly different. If you Google Forston Consultants or anything pertaining to Forston Consultants, you're going to see on the right hand of that screen a full bio of all of our information, all of our reviews, etc. Like all that information is right there plastered on that main screen, right? And what ends up happening is a lot of times your social workers, your case managers, all of these entities are going to look for you. They want to know that you are a viable business, that you are out here doing exactly what you say you're going to do. So when it comes to softwares and systems, Derek, I'm going to say this, and I say it all the time. Website, you said it, the 4 social media platforms minimum, right? You should even have a YouTube channel.
They should have more, but I just gave them 4 to start with.
Right. Google My Business is even considered one of those platforms.
Spend because guess what? On that, actually, because people slip on that.
Google My Business is considered one of the same. Your post that your virtual assistant or you in general can create posts that go on and are listed in Google My Business. So it's just like another social media algorithm for you in a sense, where they're going to see your content that you are posting on Google My Business to help intrigue them about what you're doing. So when you get a chance, go ahead, look. If you have a business, make sure you have a Google My Business account. We are not sponsored by Google, but Google, if you're listening and you would like to sponsor us, no problem.
Yeah, we're here for all of
that. We're here for it, but we do want to advise that this is a very, 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 very lucrative place to have your business registered and posted, right? Listed, excuse me. So that's something you really want to do. The other thing, Derek, and this is a conversation I want to have, especially for those of us that, one, have virtual assistants or are utilizing platforms with other people as collaborators, i.e. Facebook. If you are someone that has whether it's an agency, a staff member that is posting for you on your social media platforms, you want to be mindful. If they get locked out, or if their social media platform gets compromised, they can no longer post on your behalf. So we're going to speak about that. But you want to do that now or later?
Shay, this is your show, however you
Oh,
want
it's
to.
my show.
So Shay,
Let me
hey,
find out.
this is
Because
a
you
lot
missed
of
me
games, so
yesterday.
make sure you guys are paying attention and don't get lost in the sauce. If you get lost in the sauce,
Put a
ask
comment.
questions. Because
Absolutely.
tonight is talking about how technology has helped our business. And when we talk about businesses, even though Shay and I own 8 different businesses and we're building one right now that's going to benefit our clients that we serve,
Yeah.
no matter what, guys, every foundation of all of these businesses are ran by Digital Flow Solutions.
Marketing.
You guys should go to digitalflowsolutions.net and check it out, because again, it doesn't matter if you fry chicken, if you're a consultant, if you're a nurse, or you house the homeless or the displaced, you need an internet presence, and that start with Digital Flow Solutions. Back on you, Michelle.
So Digital Flow Solutions is one of the platforms that really do 110% of the marketing for us. As a nonprofit organization that utilizes the ILF model, this is the platform that I use to keep in communication with my case managers, social workers, my donors, my organization, my donor partners, like organizations that I partner with on a consistent basis. And those are, my grant givers, right? And even my residents, Derek, I have all of my residents' information in my CRM, and I'm able to communicate with them. I'm able to send them their lease agreements. I'm able to send all of their documentation through this system so that I don't have to go handing out paper copies. I can also store this information within my CRM and do so much more. So that's one of the benefits of this platform. Not only that, Derek, I'm able to attach all of my social platforms, all of my social media platforms to this particular database. And I can post from there: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, X, all of those platforms I'm able to connect through this CRM. So now guess what? I don't have to worry about if my virtual assistant's Facebook account gets hacked or compromised. They can't tend to work or do business because they're unable to access Meta or any of these platforms.
Let's give a real world example to that.
Absolutely.
Tell them what happened to April yesterday, and we're kind of still dealing with it today.
So,
and just in case if you're wondering who these people are on the screen, this is our team of virtual assistants. Back on you, Ms. Shay.
Yeah. So April is a virtual assistant that we always tell people, if you have a business or another person that you know has a business and y'all can share a virtual assistant, do so. So April is a virtual assistant of ours that we actually split between 2 companies. She works for Derek and myself, and she works for another couple, that we consult and coach. They're like family to us. What ended up happening yesterday morning, April called in a huge panic, and she's like, guys, I need you to remove me from every social media platform because I got hacked. My Facebook account was hacked. The benefit for that is for us, for all of Forston Consultants and all of our entities that she does social media management for. She only had access to 2 of them, Derek. And that was because I never removed her from them in the first place when we switched over to Digital Flow Solutions. So that was her backup. In the event that she just needed to do something quick, she was able, not even do something quick, but if she forgot or just needed to go into Meta, she still could. But long story short, she needed to be removed from all of our social platforms and this couple's social platforms as well. Unfortunately, the couple did not have Digital Flow Solutions. So she was managing their social media from Meta. So guess what, guys? Today she calls them and she's like, well, I don't know if I'll be reporting to work because I'm unable to post because I'm still, dealing with this Meta issue. But long story short, yesterday, what I did is I brought them on board with Digital Flow Solutions. So now all of their social media platforms are now connected to their CRM. And they can now have her patch in as an employee with her own login credentials. She doesn't need the social media access points or anything like that. She's now able to do all of their posting. So what could have been days, weeks, months, who knows, in regards to getting her for her to regain her access for the social platforms, she would have been out of work had she not had access to, or they not had access to digital flow solutions to keep their content going, right? Their social media content going. So that's one of the benefits of having these platforms. It allows you to share your credentials or give someone else credentials without them literally having to be connected to, per se, your business social media platforms. So long story short on that, so this is one of the true benefits and blessings of being able to have a system like this, because again, it keeps us safe. It allows for all of our employees, whether they're virtual assistants or whether they're local employees, to have their own login credentials. They have access to only what we want them to have access to. We can do everything from make phone calls, send text messages,
Yep.
respond to people in real
It's all in
time.
one platform, guys. And like we told
Yeah.
you earlier, it runs every business we have. And as you see on the screen, it's only a $97 setup fee. That's for our team to build your website.
Yep.
So can you imagine getting a website for only $97 and now you pick your plan to be hosted for only $37? Shay, talk about the 3 plans that it comes with in terms of running their ILF or their shared living environment for homeless or
So our
displaced adults.
startup savvy is exactly that, right? It's a startup for someone that just says, listen, I'm not really techie. I just need a website. I just need a website. I just need to be able for people to be able to go online and verify that I have an online presence. Um, Other than that, I don't need nothing else. I just need space on the World Wide Web that I can point people to and be done. That is what we consider the startup savvy. Now, every plan that we have, Derek, comes with a phone system.
So they get their own phone,
They get their own
business line.
Their own business
Love
line. Although the monthly hosting fee for the startup savvy is $37 a month. Now, with that, you do get to we do bless you with a phone credit when you first start utilizing the phone system. That's so you can kind of see where you're falling at with the phone usage, and that's for your phone, SMS. All of those credits come out of that particular wallet. Once you get comfortable with your, you establish what that monthly or that recurring fee for your phone usage is, you just set up your wallet and you're good to go. Another thing about the startup savvy is it does give you that chat widget that's not just based while somebody is online. You can convert that person from being someone that is technically on your website communicating with you to moving them over to SMS communication. Most of you, I'm sure, see that most of your companies, like AT&T, for instance, and some other companies do it too, where they'll ask you, would you like to go from the chat, remove yourself from the chat and go SMS and start texting back and forth the dialogue, so that you're not being held in front of that website to communicate with the person on the other side, right? So that's something that is the startup savvy. Very simple.
And again, it comes with your website.
With
you
the
get
website.
That chat widget
Yep.
in case anybody doesn't want to call you. They can just text you.
Exactly.
That goes right to your cell phone. You
Yep.
get that missed callback feature, which is somebody calls your phone and let's say you busy. You at your 9-to-5 job, but a bunch of you all have jobs. That's fine. They immediately get a text message that says, sorry, we missed your call. How can we help?
Yeah.
And that's a text message. The reputation managers and how you want people to be, how you want to be found on Google. So you guys can automate Google reviews and things of that nature. Yep. And if somebody just happened to say something bad about you and it's not true, you can also dispute that right on there. Shay, tell them a little bit about the Inbox Innovator and what all comes with that.
Yes.
And also, notice that we're only putting 4 things on the screen, but once you guys visit digitalflowsolutions.net, guys, it's a mile long in terms of what's involved in each one of these plans. Mm-hmm. We just kind of highlight a few of these as we're talking to you. Ms. Shay?
So Inbox Innovator is for that person that says, you know what, I am at the point now where I have a lucrative business. I want to invest a little bit more in the ability to market effectively. This is the platform you want. It's going to connect all of your social platforms like we were just talking about. It's going to give you access to accept appointments, all that appointment planning, the opportunity management, which is something that's super exciting. You can actually use this for so many different things. It allows you to grow and scale and just really start pursuing marketing, right? You can do click funnels. I'm saying email funnels.
And most of this stuff, I always jokingly tell you all, most of you guys are not going to understand any of this stuff, right? And I say that
unless
jokingly.
you have a marketing professional on your team.
If you see what's scrolling below, if this is going be above your head, set up that free strategy call. Say, Miss Shay, I got a business. This is what I do. How can this thing help me?
Yeah.
You guys were confusing me on that live, but I saw that if I text the word or the phrase CRM to that number,
407,
that I'll get a
yeah,
free PDR explainer, a PDF explainer, and I can book that strategy call to talk
Yeah.
about how can this system benefit me? Because a lot of you guys are using a lot of different systems to run that one business.
Yeah.
You can get rid of a lot of stuff when you have digital flow solutions.
Yeah.
Because again, guys, it's an all-in-one platform.
Exactly.
Again, your website build out comes from it, the social media planner, email marketing, your calendar.
Everything,
Put a number 7 in the chat if you live by calendar now, right? I jokingly tell people that way back in the day before I got into business, I used to thought it was baloney to hear somebody talk about, let me check my calendar. I was like, man, nobody's that busy. But guys, that's my life now. Every day there's something on my calendar, multiple things that we have to get done and do.
Yeah.
Put a number 7 in the chat if you live by calendar. And how great would it be that your virtual assistant can help you and manage that calendar and also let you know what you got every day, because your VAs are also tied into this.
Yeah.
All of our coaching products, ladies and gentlemen, come with this system and a virtual assistant complimentary. So even though you're seeing us post a lot of these prices and what it is, if you purchase our coaching, we actually give you this. The only thing that you're paying for is to host it every month to be on the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
So as much as people say www, some people don't even know that stands for World Wide Web. So that means if you're in Japan, Egypt, Germany, or California, if somebody types in your website, Charmaine, and me and you talked today for a long time, Charmaine, your business should pop up. I don't care if they're in Istanbul, Turkey. I don't care if they're in Bolivia. On the World Wide Web, when somebody types it in, you should pop up. And guys, for $37 or $87 a month, that's the absolute cheat code. Because again, watch this, I'm giving back the shade. I don't care if you fry chicken, if you're a consultant, if you house the homeless, or you run a daycare center. You need a website, guys. This is 2024.
Absolutely.
And for $97 to get a website that our team will build for you with your instruction, this is an absolute no-brainer. And then for the $87 a month for it to do all of this stuff. Yeah. And remember, we're only showing you 4 things. Visit digitalflowsolutions.net and look at what's all involved in it.
Yeah.
And insert your business in it and get rid of all of those different plans you got. Because you guys got 7 plans right now. Most of y'all got 4 to 7 different things that you're paying from $19 a month to $50 a month.
Yeah.
You guys can get rid of all of that and get this one thing. And again, if you don't fully understand it, make sure you do what's on the bottom of that screen. Set up a call and let our team talk to you personally. Or Shay loves to do these live.
Yeah, I can.
So if you guys got a business and you want a live business assessment, Shay will do this right now tonight.
I actually did
also for all of my newer people that just joined us, don't forget, we still talk about housing the homeless and the displaced. We run something that's called independent living facilities, and that is just simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So again, one more time, if you've ever dreamed to house the homeless or the displaced, God put it on your heart to house people.
That's right.
But what's been stopping you is a license. You can't buy the property. My job and my family's job at Forston Consultants is to show you how to run an independent living facility where, again, no license required, no sprinkler system, no permission from my state. I don't have to ask nobody to start an ILF because the people that we're housing are completely independent. So this is for my new people that just joined us and may not know us yet. We're talking about softwares and systems right now tonight. But if you're new to us and you're just joining, we're simply talking about a housing program that you don't need permission for to start tomorrow, right? We want you to turn yourself into a business and forget about the group home term right now. Forget about the IDD and the ALF.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of red tape to jump through and a bunch of hula hoops that you got to do. And ILF, you guys can start this essentially tomorrow without the need for a license, without the need for permission from your state. We're going to take a break, guys. Bring all of your questions and we'll be right back. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right, so we're back.
All right, we're back. Shay,
so
take it over.
I want to stop here for a second because I think we dove into the softwares and systems, but I want people to know the importance of why we have these conversations and inform you of how we are operating our ILFs, our programs, utilizing softwares and systems. Because what people don't understand is the importance of being able to, one, again, I'm going to say it again, have that online footprint. And then the other thing is being able to effectively communicate with your end user, right? Whether it's someone looking for housing, whether it's someone that's on the verge of homelessness or homeless, or if it's someone that is a case manager, social worker, being able to have all of their contact information and all of their basic information in one place, and being able to send out like mass messaging. I think people use all these other like MailChimp and Constant Contact and all these other platforms and then they're still adding additional systems to help run their business, right? So now they got a Wix account, they've got a Constant Contact or a MailChimp account, they've got a phone line with Ring Central or something like that, and then they've got something else over here.
It's confusing.
Right. It can be a lot, and then as you're growing and expanding your business and you're bringing on new employees or virtual assistants or anyone for that matter, contractors to work with you, you now have to give them access to all these different things. Lord forbid somebody quits and leaves, and now you got to figure out who you gave what access to, how you're going to remove them from that access, and a whole bunch of rigmarole. So that's some of the importance of having these systems, having a system that is literally that can house all of your business to-dos under one umbrella. So let's talk about the Inbox Innovator a little bit more, right? So the Inbox Innovator, again, gives you that email marketing platform where you're able to send out, just like Constant Contact, just like MailChimp, you can create really aesthetically
you can get
pleasing.
rid of MailChimp now, though.
Yeah, you can create really aesthetically pleasing emails that go out to the end users, go out to your case managers, your social workers. Heck, you can even send them out a newsletter, right? Every month to let them know what's going on in your housing program, so forth and so on. You can connect, again, all of your social media platforms to this platform. Email your people outside of just the aesthetically pleasing campaigns. You can still just email them utilizing this system as well.
I'm gonna jump in front of Shay just for 2 seconds. I'm putting the screenshot up right now, and I want Shay to continue what she's talking about. Shay is getting ready to show you guys a property that she rehabbed. Well, first she bought it, rehabbed it, and transferred her women from a rental house that we were renting into this property. Shay, how did you use Digital Flow Solution to get all of these people to show up what I'm getting ready to show them?
Listen, so what I did is again, these are case managers, social workers that I've already created relationships
Shay,
with.
What is POC?
Proof of concept.
You got it. Go ahead.
So proof of concept is exactly what you're going to see here in these pictures. This is the open house. We're all out on the lovely covered pool deck. And this is, again, the fruit of Digital Flow Solutions. What I did is we sent out mass email messaging, communications to all these case managers and social workers, inviting them to our open house. In turn of that, they were able to, again, RSVP for the open house through this system, so we knew who was coming. They were also able to...
Can you see when they open the email when you send it?
Correct.
So you know who's gotten it and who's opened it.
Yep. Wow. Email or text message. So remember, it's not just an email. I can even send it via text message. So when they got that, when they received that message, whether it was by phone or by email, by text or by email, they were able to RSVP. Again, they got ongoing updates about our events, and that's with the next package. That's not in this one, called automations. So that I didn't have to constantly be sending updates and information on, where to be at what time and what time can we start and da-da-da-da-da. We built that out. So this was literally created. I mean, this open house was nurtured, I should say, through DFS, because it kept them engaged, it kept them updated, it kept them informed about anything that was going to happen this day.
So all of these people that are on the screen, how many hospitals did this represent, or case managers or social workers?
So
who's in this picture, just to give them a good idea?
Absolutely. So this is all case managers, social workers from, I'm not going to say the location name, but this is an organization that's here in Orlando that have hospitals in almost every county. And what they've done is every month they have what they call their corporate meeting. So instead of having their corporate meeting at one of the locations, they turned their corporate meeting into what you see, open house. So these are representatives from all of the local hospital branches that have case management on board. So I think it was like 7 different hospitals, 7 or 10 different locations that were represented here on this day. So again, Digital Flow Solutions allowed me to keep them well updated on what time we were going to start, give them the address, because I did not share the address until the day of the event. An hour and a half to 2 hours before the event is when everybody started to receive the messaging, where they can meet, where they can park, yada, 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 yada. But that is what Digital Flow Solutions did for me in this. I was able to communicate, I was able to update, and I can still right now follow up. So
can you also talk about what role did the virtual assistant, and for us that would be Jess, what role did Jess also play in this as a virtual assistant to help you kind of put it together?
So Jess was not even the initial contact. Jess was the one that had access to Digital Flow Solutions. First and foremost, she helped build out all of the email messaging. If anybody had questions and wanted to schedule a meeting with me, they were able to reach out to Jess. Jess was able to get them on my calendar. Jess did a lot of legwork. Prime example, Derek, I think the month before the open house, we actually went to one of their in-person corporate social work meetings. That was all organized and orchestrated by Jess, where she scheduled time with all of these, with the head of their corporate group, for us to come in and present, to talk to them about who we are, again, what we do, and how we can assist them in taking people from homeless to hopeful in that transition period. So that was Jess's main role in this, right? She set up the first initial meeting. She assisted in all of the email management and all of that stuff to get them to the open house, utilizing a software and system that she has login credentials to.
Okay.
So that's
now,
what that does.
Is Jess able to post, or anybody that gets this on their own without a VA, can they post to multiple platforms with one post, like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok?
So,
talk about that.
So, prime example, let's say you have 10 different businesses, 10 different business social media pages. We can literally upload all of those social platforms into your one account, and you'll now be able to toggle between which platform you want to use and send your social media. Yeah. So prime example, the couple we were talking about, they have three different Facebook pages for 3 different businesses, 3 different Instagram pages for 3 different businesses.
Got it.
They have, get the number. So everything's in 3s, because they've got 3 entities that have their own, body on the web. And that's what we were able to do. They have 3 Google My Businesses. We were able to upload the 3 Google My Business accounts. So now when April is posting, she is literally just selecting which businesses she wants to post for. She can set them up on the social media planner, schedule them for later, do all of that good stuff. So this is that marketing piece.
Got it.
The marketing piece, which is significantly important to your operating of an ILF. I would say a nonprofit. That too.
That too, right?
That
because
too.
You actually run your nonprofit from this same system.
Correct.
I'm an LLC for profit, but you're nonprofit.
I'm a 501c3 nonprofit. Yep.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Let's talk about, is there any difference with the nonprofit? And also I want you to tell them about the business icon.
Let's do it.
Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA, That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for a Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. Let's do it. Thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. And don't forget, we love questions. If you guys have any questions either about this CRM system that runs every business that we have, or about how in the world do we run these independent living facilities without the need for staff, license, or medical oversight. If you want to know anything about that, let us know.
Yeah.
We're also here every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we're also here every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you're following us on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell thing to make sure that you never miss it. But also, guys, look forward to some of these workshops that we're going to be doing starting the second week of August.
Let's talk about
Times are tough. We're almost in a little bit of a mini recession. This whole presidential campaign thing's going on. Times are crazy, y'all. We understand that as coaches. So we've been helping people out. We've been allowing people to split our coaching package in half.
Yeah.
Prime example, our coaching package is $7,500. We've been allowing people to cut that in half. So if you find a friend or a homegirl or a business partner or somebody you met in here and you want to do this, all you got to do is text the word HALF, HALF.
Yep.
And this system that we're talking about, it's going to spit out something to you as soon as you text it.
And that's
so text the word HALF to 407-326-0086. And again, my team, which is this system, is going to send you something immediately, which is an invoice and the instruction to move forward so that you don't pay the $15,000 or the $7,500. We're allowing people to partner with somebody else. So if you just text the word HALF and you want our coaching, we'll make sure that we send you that information. Ms. Shay, back on you.
So let's go back to you had a question about the difference for those that are new to us and are here fully ready to hear more about the ILF and the shared housing model and how we do it. You know, how do we conduct our business? Before we go into the next business, before we go into the business icon, I do want us to talk about the differences, Derek. You being a for-profit and me being a nonprofit organization utilizing the ILF model. I think it's significantly important for people to know that even though we're two different entity types, nothing really changes in regards to our marketing, how we get the word out and the relationship building of what we do. So talk to them about from the for-profit standpoint, what benefits or what things are you doing utilizing softwares and systems to not only get the word out, but keep your business under wraps, like keep everything.
Are you talking about like social media?
Everything, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it kind of roots from everything we're talking about now, this digital flow solution system. Because again, I can post on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube from one place.
Right.
I don't have to jump from place to place to place. And I also can plan post ahead of time, Shay. I can take a virtual assistant and say, hey, I want 3 months of content about this.
Right.
And they can sit down in literally 2 or 3 days and build out 3 months in advance.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, that's a game changer that you can sit down and get rid of your social media for a whole quarter just by taking 2 or 3 days to do it. So, and again, you guys know I'm real big on like advertising and my flyers. Guys, I put flyers everywhere.
Yeah.
And again, my team is creating all of this stuff from this system that we're using. So again, AI tools that we talked about, because don't forget, the title says how technology has helped our business. So Shay, we're using AI tools. We're using Chat GPT. We're using Copilot. We're using Designer. We're using Midjourney to create our commercials, our videos, our content. Most of you that are on here right now found me on social media. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys are in here right now, you probably found me on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube.
Or TikTok.
Very few of y'all found me on LinkedIn. TikTok, a lot of that's coming now.
Yeah.
And again, I'll admit, guys, it's because I have a virtual assistant that posts every day, 2 or 3 times a day on my behalf. And they're doing it with this system.
Yeah.
Preferably the business icon, because with the business icon, Shay, there is no setup fee. They waive it, and we give them a virtual assistant for free. With this one. So Shay, if they didn't hear that,
now what does free
the business
mean?
icon simply means, again, one more time, Shay, hold it. We're going to waive the setup fee. Give it to them. The virtual assistant, give it to you complimentary. Now you will owe your virtual assistant $5 an hour. That's what they work for.
Right.
But to vet and endorse that VA through VA 101, which is the company we use, we pay for it complimentary. The onboarding is on us. The softwares and systems to know how to use it, that's on us. The interview process, that's on us. The $5 an hour to pay that VA, that's on you. But can you imagine being able to get any of our coaching packages and get this plan? Talk about the business icon share and what's involved in it and what can it do?
Everything. So the business icon allows you to remove yourself from a lot of different platforms, right? Again, just like everything, it comes with the phone, the email management system, the CRM. It also gives you the option to throw away like your DocuSigns, your signing things that you're using. So for us, we were able to get rid of DocuSign. We can have all of our residents sign their agreements through the platform. We can also set up invoices and all of that good stuff. For those of you that have other things that are not just ILF owners and operators, think of this particular plan as your property management system, right? Where every resident can get their own private portal, where residents can literally use this as a means to interact and engage with you as the housing provider, upload files, download items to them. And both vice versa. The other thing about this platform, this particular plan, I don't know why I keep saying platform, this particular plan, it also allows you to do things like I talked about before with the open house, workflows, automations, things that happen without you being there to do it. Right. So prime example, if you text if you text more info to 407-326-0086, you'll start entering into, that's a trigger to enter you or place you in a workflow, which is now going to ask you different information. It's going to send you information. It's going to sign you up for your it's going to direct you to the webinar. It's also going to give you a reminder to don't forget to book your strategy call, which is complimentary to you. So, excuse me, those are what automations do, right? So any type of business that you're operating, just keep that in mind, right? If you have a business today that requires a lot of interaction or back and forth in your process. So prime example, let's say your process may be, person calls me, I do an assessment, I take I have to do a follow-up email post the assessment to let them know what went down and how it worked and how we feel. You just keep adding on those things, right? Instead of now walking that person through this, you can actually have them enter into an automation that will start doing it for you as long as they opt in. So prime example, the text 321 blah 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 yada yada yada. And then you just text text hi to 407-326-0086.
And actually, let's just do a real timing of that because somebody's going to lose this. Right now at the bottom of your screen, let's give you an example of what Shay is talking about. I dare 5 of y'all right now to text the phrase more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. That's to give you our introductory webinar. And this is what Shay is talking about, which is an automation. Most people, when they get that automation, they think it's somebody from my team sending that. It's not. So again, right now, really quick, anybody, I don't care if you've done it before.
Someone did it earlier.
Because actually, if you've done it before, if my memory serves me correctly, you probably won't get that again. I don't think it repeats. So if you're a new person, text the phrase right now to 407-326-0086. Text the phrase more info and watch what happens. That's called an automation. Now, forget about that, but now imagine your business, whatever you do.
Yeah, whether it's selling cookies, whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, just think of your process now being automated where you don't have to have so much hands-on until it's preparing the product, right? So that is what the business icon allows you to do. It allows you to, it has so many features, Derek, that it's hard to just try to hone in on all of them. But technically, again, these are the systems that we use to help take our business to the next level. And we wanted to share this information with you all so that you can understand the importance, whether you're housing 5 people and you only have, whether you have 1 ILF or 15 ILFs. We want you to make sure that you have the appropriate tools available to yourself to really show up and show out when you are meeting with case managers, social workers, when they see that you have access to these things, it gives a different perspective of your business.
You look like a real
Yeah,
business
you
now.
really do. So just be mindful of that. And that's why we do these Tuesday night rooms, to kind of share with you from our standpoint what makes our business function and function well. Virtual assistants, software and systems, automations and workflows. And I mean,
Yep. And there's another one on the screen for you,
yeah,
right? Because again, we got a free gift. So now imagine, because guys, notice how we're trying to teach it and show you at the same time. Can you imagine whatever you do right now if you tell your customers, hey, text CRM and your name to this number and watch us give you a free gift?
yeah,
Guys, I just finished a brand new ebook that I'm going to also use now as a lead magnet. They call that a
that's
lead
so good.
magnet. So I wrote a book that I learned how to write in one day in our AI book writing workshop
That
last
was
week.
so good.
We're also selling the replay of that. So if you missed our AI book writing workshop, we taught people how to complete their own book in one day.
Yep.
Anyway, imagine creating a book in one day, or a PDF, or something that you can give away for free to your audience. And all they got to do is text this phrase that you tell them to, and they automatically get it. And once you set it up, guys, it happens every time for everybody now. So it's not like you having to text this every time. That's why Shay called it an automation. So
Yeah.
again, if any of this confuses you, I would implore you to text the word CRM. So that way you can get a phone call and a free gift from my team to talk about your business, your style, and what are you trying to do? And how can we implement this system inside of what you're trying to do? So hopefully that makes sense, everybody. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God is giving you, or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business, and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co, and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise.
So we're back. All right.
We're
So
back.
Derek, I want to give people the opportunity to start picking our brains a little bit. Let's do the last 15 minutes of this room of ask away. How about that? You like that?
What can they ask?
Let's talk all things ILF.
Okay.
So go ahead if you have a question. If you are someone that is interested in the ILF model, shared living model, unlicensed group home, all those amazing titles that they have, let us know. We are here and wanting to answer your question. I had a great call today with the client,
Yep.
Derek, and I was able to shed some light on some new things that she can do for marketing. And that was pretty interesting.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. So I want to give the new people here in the room an opportunity to ask questions, get to know us from the housing standpoint. Why are we considered experts in this field?
Absolutely.
And what helps us to be that? So Derek, answer me that question. Why are you an expert at ILFs? Why?
Well,
How?
Shay, I'm going to tell them, but they still can find out that if they just text more info to 407
Come on, guy.
0086, because I give them the whole entire webinar. But right now, I'll save them time. The reason why I'm an expert at this, guys, is simply this: because God is good. And many years ago, I used to be a social worker, right? And I wanted to do this, just like many of you all. And to make a long story short, because this story can go for 3 hours long, right? And that's why even the webinar is even 50 minutes long, because I go really deep on what this is and how we got into it. But more importantly, how can you get into it and not need the license or have to own the property? So again, God showed me a lady that was making $41,000 a month, Shay, housing people in rats and roaches. It didn't look like what you guys see on this screen right now. This is what we turned it into.
Correct.
But I'll never forget it when that girl showed me that she was making 41 grand a month in that Chase Bank app. But when I found out, y'all, she was housing people in rats and roaches, it broke my heart. And I said, bro, I got to get in this. Because as a social worker, y'all, I was making 28 grand a year. This lady showed me in her bank app that she was making 41 G's a month. And what was so crazy, y'all, she was doing it in rats and roaches. She was mistreating people. Beds were on the ground. People were living in squalor. And that's kind of the opposite of how we do it today. So I just knew that when God was going to allow me to get into it, one of the promises that I made God, I said, God, if you let me get into it, and if it changed my life, and I always jokingly tell people, who are we to say, God, if you?
Right.
God, if you.
Give me
but y'all, I did it. I said, God, and here go a picture of me as a social worker, y'all. And this is where it all started at. That's me at my office, at my desk, dreaming of this day. 8 years ago, guys, I dreamed to be where I am today. But 8 years ago, I was at an office desk with a shirt and tie, with a telephone and a laptop, begging God to change my life through real estate and through the means of helping people. I had no idea,
You were
Shay,
looking
that
good
he was
too,
going to
social
merge it
worker.
together. I was
You
nice
were
looking,
smooth, huh?
I'm telling you.
All right, smooth.
One of the best to do it. But when God showed me that lady was making 41 grand a month, mistreating people, I said, can you imagine what my life would be like if we do this the right way?
Yeah.
And to make a long story short, y'all, it took me 2 years, and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this thing out. But one Saturday, I took a trip. I said, let me go and see what this looked like. And I always tell people that I'm real good about telling people what's real and what's not and what's Photoshop. Guys, the only picture in all of this stuff that you're getting ready to see is that one that's at the bottom right corner. My team just kind of put that in there. But that kitchen, I walked into that.
Yeah.
Those beds that were on the ground with no sheets, no pillow, no pillowcase, no comforter.
Yeah.
Guys, I walked into that. No bed rails. Guys, we don't put beds on the ground. Are you serious? And you making $41,000 a month. Notice how my whole tone just changed. Every time we talk about this shit, it just looked like I just relived it. Because, guys, you got to remember, as the social worker, I watched this lady from afar for many years before she ever showed me that bank account. So all of these years, I'm respecting this lady.
Yeah.
I'm looking up to this lady.
And
I'm
she
like,
just
boy, this is what I want to do. This is my dream.
And she running a zoo.
Running amok. Have y'all ever seen anybody do something that was your dream and they're doing it the wrong way? And not that you was hating on it, but you say, God, I wouldn't do that. God, if you let me in this, I wouldn't mistreat your people.
Yeah.
And y'all, that was literally me. I was begging God. I was hating on that lady. I was being a tattletale to God on the lady.
Not a
I
tattletale.
said, God, you don't see this lady mistreating your people? And she making 41 grand a month doing it? And God, they hiding it from me. God, I'm making 28 grand a year, barely feeding my family. Put a number 3 in the chat if you've ever felt like that. That somebody was living out your dream, but doing it the wrong way. And you thinking,
wrong.
and trust me, guys, this ain't the right thinking, but I'm human just like y'all. I said, God, how is this possible? That lady, from what I see, she seems to be a crummy lady. God, I'm a pretty good dude. I want to help these people. And God, I want to be involved in real estate and helping people. Dummy me, God gave me everything I asked him for. I said, God, I want to help people. He used my wife to trick me to go to college. Got a degree in social work. I said, God, I want to be involved in real estate. He showed me a lady that was making 41 grand a month in real estate, but she was mistreating people and rats and roaches. Guys, some of the stuff that I seen will break your heart. Look at this picture with this guy bed on cinder blocks. Are you serious right now?
I remember the day. So
you remember this day?
So let's share a backdrop on this.
Hold on, Shay, before you go there, put a number 10 in the chat if this breaks your heart. Because if this don't break your heart, I'm going to tell you right now, you in the wrong place. Because if you want to house people and you want to be involved in real estate and the love of God, if this don't break your heart, I'm telling you right now, you probably in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shay.
So just a backdrop. Sometimes we get, well, not sometimes. We normally get a lot of calls from other organizations, whether it's the hospitals, case managers, social workers, it doesn't matter, that we usually say, hey, you know, we got a call from this company, this place that apparently would like to do the model. We did a walkthrough, or we got some insight to what the aesthetic of the property looks like. And this is exactly what it looks like. Go back to it, Derek. And it was a mess. And what ended up happening was we got a phone call from this said organization that asked us, told us that this person was ready to go out of business. They were getting in some trouble by the organization that they were housing for. or providing housing for, and they needed us to come in and kind of rescue this place. The day we went there, the gentleman that was sleeping in the bed with the cinder blocks, I remember when we went in the initial first time to go see what was going on, and we saw the setup, we were disgusted, utmost disgusted. But then when we started planning and navigating the takeover, what we call it, that process looked so significant to where that gentleman that was sleeping on those cinder blocks, I remember he says, man, and we changed out everything, new beds, new everything, completely different.
He couldn't believe that we came in there and did that. Like, he got so used to living in that such a way. And that's what was sad, Shay.
Yeah.
Some of these people are so used to living in squalor to that's just kind of what they accept.
Yeah.
And before I go any further, guys, if God has called you to do this, what are you waiting on? There were a lot of people that are waiting on you to get started. And don't procrastinate, because if you see on the screen, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do.
Yeah.
Put a thumbs up if you like that. Procrastination, Shay, is the arrogant. Can you imagine being arrogant to God? Lord have mercy. Is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. One thing genius about God, Shay, it don't take me and you to come on this YouTube channel to tell people they should do this.
Not even
God
close.
is just genius how he merges us together. Some of y'all found me in a Facebook group just now. Some of y'all found me a year ago. Some of y'all found us last week, but that don't matter. You found us now. And you found people that don't hide the information, willing to give it away, and our coaching is top notch. It can't be out coached.
I'm telling
But
you.
procrastination is the one thing, shit, that'll stop all of this. I don't care what you say. God can be behind it. God can tell you to do it.
But if you don't move,
if they don't put their hands to the plow,
if you don't move,
it's baloney.
You can forget it.
So procrastination, once again, is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you guys to do. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forstonconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're back, and we're looking for the last few questions, and we're going to get out you guys' way. And again, don't forget, the first way that you're able to speak to us, guys, we give a free discovery call. All you got to do is watch our introductory webinar. That way it gets out all the questions that you would normally ask me. And now we get to spend more time on the meat of things that you really want to know.
Right.
We also want you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us at Forston Consultants everywhere. So that means Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Forston Consultants. Also follow me at Derek Forston on Facebook and Instagram. Become my friend today. I want to see 10 more friend requests. I want you to be nosy. I want you to look at all the things that we're doing, all the things that we're talking about, and we want to be your guide to starting this housing program that you've been trying to start your whole life. But people told you you needed a license, you had to own the property, and you had to get a $30,000 sprinkler system. The devil is a liar.
You don't.
Not saying you don't never get the group home or the ALF, but let's get that later. Let's consider getting an ILF right now. And watch this. We so good with our coaching and teaching, I don't care what you call it. Because I don't want you to get caught up in the name of it. We trademarked independent living facility. And one more time, really slowly, that's an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So again, you can call this co-living, communal living,
whatever you want.
You can call this shared living. You can create your own name and trademark it. The most important thing that I want you to learn is that you're going to house independent adults. Which means the guy that can cook his own bologna sandwich, the guy that can drive himself or call an Uber or a cab or his insurance to take him to the doctor,
or take
to Walgreens, to Walmart to get his grocery, or catch the local bus system. and we're not cooking their food, and we're not administering medications.
Yep.
That's what gets most of y'all in trouble for trying to do this model. You're trying to do too much, guys. Focus on housing. And this is the individual, not the lady with the kids, not the pregnant lady, not the married couple, the individual male, the individual female.
Yeah.
No different from the guy Angela Brooks sent me yesterday. I talk to you guys all the time about the HRA, the Housing Referral Agency, which means you guys can do exactly what we do and you never need a house. You don't have to buy it, rent it, or lease it. It's called the Housing Referral Agency. Somebody type that in the chat. We call it HRA. There's a 14-minute free webinar that'll change your life, and you can start housing people tomorrow. Angela Brooks is a great example of that.
Yeah,
Angela Brooks gave me a guy today. He moved in today. He pay his rent on the second. I'm gonna be selling Angela her referral fee. That's how it works, guys. And Angela should be asking me, Derek, how many more beds you got? Because I can feel the rest of them.
Yep.
So don't let the property or the house stop you from getting started. Check out the HRA, our Housing Referral Agency program, and that'll help you get started tomorrow. You don't have to wait to get a property. Ms. Shay, back on you.
You said it. That's pretty much all that I have tonight. We just wanted to give you a brief overview of what softwares and systems we're utilizing as housing providers, how we're able to utilize them in our current facet of our housing.
And how we took it from this picture that you see on the screen to this is what it looks like now. I'm sorry that you missed our June conference because Shay actually allowed people to tour this facility. This is where her women live at. And this is what the inside of it looks like. So if you, for the family that said, well, Derek, what it look like? This right here. 2 twin beds in a room. That's my shared accommodations. Well, Derek, what do you do for the guy that said, I don't want to share no room?
You give him a private room.
We also got private accommodations. Shay, talk about that as well. What's the difference between the private and the shared, and who are you more likely to see that wants the private?
Yeah. So the shared is going to be for that individual that really has a lower income, but is able to, afford that shared accommodation.
Okay.
Normally I see a lot of older ladies that tend to lean for me for the shared room, or the ladies with some of the mental or behavioral health background. Some of those individuals, that population type normally goes for the shared. The private accommodation is exactly that. It's a private room that they'll still share all the other amenities, right? They'll have a shared bathroom, and they'll, share the living room spaces, all the same things, just that they have their private room. When it comes to the private room, I'm seeing more of my working individuals, my ladies that have come out of homeless to hopeful, are pretty much reestablished in the community, have jobs, they're working, they're doing well, and able to really maintain that private room. This I call the graduation suite, right? Because they're preparing themselves to go from being in a shared space to having their own place prayerfully in the near future. So I do see those with a little bit more of an income and needing that privacy. For me, my population that I tell you all the time has shifted. So I'm seeing more working individuals, and I'm housing more people in the private room model.
Okay.
Now let me tell you the difference between a private room and a suite. A suite is going to have its own bathroom accommodation.
Okay.
So that, my friend, is going to be a suite.
I'm your friend?
My friend. So that is
crazy like that,
listen, y'all. I think it's because I cooked such a good meal, y'all. Oh man. And I'm smelling the aromas like just wafting through our cozy coaching section over here. And I'm like, yeah, let's go get some more food. But anyway, the suite, Derek, is for that individual that doesn't want to share a bathroom, right? It comes at a premium rate, just a little different in price, but again, it's still affordable. It's clean, it's safe, and it's a wonderful place to stay. So
good stuff.
Yeah,
let's get a word real quick from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property, and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. Our guy David and Dennis is always delivering great content. And y'all forgive David. David just a little hard-headed, but Dennis kind of keep him going. So, so right before we get ready to shut it down, we just want to make sure that if there's any other questions or any concerns. As we say, we're here every Monday, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you share this room with somebody, share it with a family member, a friend, pastor, or a bishop, because again, 3 days a week, we're here. We're also here every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right?
Yeah.
Also look forward to a lot of the workshops that we're going to be having starting the second week of August. Times are tough, and we know it. Everybody can't afford the one-on-one coaching. Everybody can't afford the group coaching. So we're going to break certain things down into workshops.
Based on where
but
you're
I'm
at,
also super excited about the opportunity that a lot of people have been taking advantage of in terms of splitting that cost down the middle. So the $7,500 for our one-on-one coaching, we've been allowing you all to split that down the middle at $3,750.
Yeah.
So if you just text the word half to 407-326-0086, and that's the word half, HALF, and the number scrolling below, we're going to give you guys the opportunity to merge with somebody else just to help with the cost.
Yeah.
You don't have to learn with them. You don't have to meet them if you don't want to. Because like prime example, I have somebody right now that's waiting on somebody else to text half so that we can merge them together. But I only do that to help you guys financially. But if you say, no, Derek, I want to go in with her, we can be accountability partners.
Yeah,
now, I'll admit, I love that. I would love if y'all work together. But if you don't, no problem. We just do that to be able to cut the price down the middle to help you guys during what I'm going to call this little bit of a recession that we're going through. And I don't want the price of the coaching to stop anybody.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, everybody?
Makes
so
sense.
Again, if you want our one-on-one coaching with nothing removed from it, and you don't want to pay the 15 grand full price, you don't want to pay the 7,500 at the scholarship price, but you rather split it in half at 3,750, text the word half to 407-326-0086, and we'll be glad to help you. And just like we told you earlier, don't forget, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. So we also offer financing. If you want that, we'll put that below. If you text the word financing to that number, you will immediately get it. In fact, just do it that way. If you want our third-party financing, text the word financing, and we'll send you that. There's also a scholarship opportunity that you see on the screen. Guys, I will do all of that stuff if you're trying to get in.
Right.
Because by the time you get on the phone with us, you just never know what kind of deal can break out. Prime example, if you haven't joined our free Facebook group, the ILF Academy, we had such a great room in there the other night. Guys, I'll admit, 98% of the time I leave the room up. That room was so good and we gave away so much, I erased that room. Okay? I also gave away something that was really special to 10 people. I'm shocked that only about 6 people responded. So we still got 4 spots open for that handpicked selection that we also talked about. That was a crazy sale price. So again, we gave the instruction for those people, text the word 10. If you want to be one of the handpicked 10 people to get a stupid price on the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching. So just in case, watch it, because I don't want to confuse anybody. Last night, or when I announced it in that room,
that was Sunday night.
Sunday night, I told 10 people that we would do that. Only 6 people actually responded, and one of them didn't want it. So technically, I actually got 5 spots still open for an ILF Mastery Blueprint at a crazy discount. And that's something that my team were handpicking people.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a part of that, text the word 10 or the number 10 to that same phone number, and we'll send you that same deal. If you want it, say great and move on. If you don't, just let
Just
me
let it
know,
go.
because we
Yeah.
want 10 people to get it. So if you say, "Ooh, that's a good deal," but not right now, Derek, just say, "Thank you so much, guys, but not at this time."
Yeah.
Please do that for me. But everybody else, if you want our one-on-one coaching and you want to be part of that special 10 people that got a crazy price, just text the word 10 or the number 10 to that number below, and we'll send that to you as well.
So we do have a question
And then I
before we
also give them a
close.
call with me to solidify anything or any question that they have before they purchase.
Okay.
On you, Miss Shay.
So there's actually a question that came in from Miss LM.
Okay.
So L is in lovely and M as in
Majestic.
there we go. I love it. Can you share an estimated rate for the private room versus, hey, did you take it down? Versus the shared
How about
room?
me and Shay both do it for you? Because even though we live together and we're married, our prices are different. So
Oh,
my
that's
shared
sweet.
room in Orlando, Florida, guys, is $700. It starts there. Most of my rooms now are going to $740. But notice how I just gave you a coaching moment. Starts at $700. I
And
never give one price.
yep.
That's free coaching. We start at $700,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what property you're at and what room you end up in.
Yep.
My private suites or my private rooms start off at $960. Shay, tell them how you do it.
So for me, it's a little different. I house women. Most of them are, their income is a lot less than what the men get, whether it's in SSI or just some of their funding. So I start at 640 for a shared, excuse me, and my private is 840. Starts at 840. So it just depends. Depends on your overhead. Remember, in that pricing, we include all utilities. So know that that is also why our pricing is very competitive. It is very competitive for our market, and it also helps us to maintain and upkeep the property. So just remember that pricing is ultimately going to be you're going to have to look at your overhead, but that's just where we're at, because one of our properties I own, and then the other one, well, we own. I said I as if it's just me. But anyway, we own that property and we're able to, our overhead is a little bit less than our rentals or the properties that we arbitrage. So just know that it automatically, it's going to you're going to have to make a conscious decision based on your overhead, one, and again, the population that you're starting to see come in. You also want to have some conversations with people that you're going to be partnering with to get or fill these beds, to kind of see what they're seeing in the market as well. What are they seeing the average income of the populations they serve, so that you can technically make a good judgment call on where your rental, your room, excuse me, I have the hiccups, your room or bed fee needs to be.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's go for any other questions. Any other questions that you guys may have? Somebody's texting me. A lot of people are texting me like from this other group. I'd rather they were in here live
I
because
know,
it's
right?
hard to do that. And we're actually getting ready to close. So
Getting ready
if
to
you're
close, y'all.
if you're new to us and you want a question answered and you just came in, go ahead and go. Ask us, because we're getting ready to close here in a bit. But we want to make sure that we're answering all the questions. And for the person that asked about the HRA, watch this and we'll be right back. If you've ever had a dream to house the homeless or the displaced or to start your own housing program, but the barrier for you was actually getting the real estate to do it in, we got something that's almost even better for you. And it's called the HRA, Business in a Box. The HRA allows you to be a housing referral agency to where you still can house the homeless and the displaced and start a housing program, but it doesn't require the real estate. You don't have to buy it, lease it, or rent it. You're going to leverage other people that actually have the real estate and then make a referral fee. So we want to give you more information about that. We have a 14-minute free webinar that breaks the HRA down. So no more an excuse of not having the house to do it or not being able to buy or rent or lease a house. Because if God is putting your heart to start this program, start it. So step number one, get an LLC and brand it, right? Step number two, start getting the word out about who you are and what you do and that you offer housing. And again, after watching the HRA webinar, consider the HRA Business in a Box, because in that will be everything that you need to start your own housing program, and you never actually need the property. We're going to teach you how to leverage other people to still make your dreams come true. So the HRA Business in a Box is only $19.97. Check it out. Also bring your questions here to YouTube so that we can answer it for you. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you catch us at. But don't forget, the HRA stands for Housing Referral agency, and you don't need the property to still make an impact in your community. Right, all right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We super appreciate it. We look forward to you guys also joining us on Saturday at 10 a.m. But super look forward to you joining us also at the workshops that we're going to be having starting the second week in August, which is right like next door.
We should be
like
announcing
next week.
we should be
So,
announcing by Monday what the next one's going to be,
absolutely.
right? Yeah.
We're going to give you guys the dates. We're going to talk about the topic. Because remember, as we said it, because of they're going to be workshops, we're going to break them all down into different topics. Instead of just trying to give you one big masterclass and putting this big price on it. I already told you guys, man, we're also going to ask your opinion. So if there are certain things that you want to learn in these workshops, look out for your email address. My team is going to be sending out kind of a survey just to ask people, what are you looking to learn? That way we'll know kind of how to guide the workshops and give you guys exactly what you want. And then we'll turn like the end of the workshop. At the end of it, we'll call that a pick my brain session. So let's just talk about this, right? Let's just say that workshop was on how to get clients and build relationships with social workers. We'll talk about that for an hour, hour and a half, but that last 30 minutes, pick my brain. We can talk about anything, but just to make sure that we're serving the people for what they came for, every workshop will have a specific title, and we won't be going all over the place. It'll be one thing, but that last 15 to 30 minutes, it's now pick my brain about whatever you got, and we're going to be able to deliver. And I'm so excited because the pricing is going to be so crazily low that you guys will be almost doing yourself a disservice if you didn't come. No different from that AI book writing workshop. That was $37.
So but it was so good.
And it was so good. It was over 2 hours. And the prayer is that you guys 10x that because of what we taught you to complete that book in one day, but also to offer that to other people. And don't forget, if you want that replay, man, if you just text us the word replay, I think Tara kept the trigger word, the word book.
I think it's the same.
So I think if you just text the word book, BOOK, you guys can get the replay of that AI book writing course, which we taught you how to complete your own book in one day, publish that book, copyright that book, but also offer that service to other people. Yeah. We gave you guys a prompt that was probably this long, like it was long in terms of what the prompt was to create the book. I'm even encouraging you guys to sell that prompt to other people for $20 a piece, $10 a piece, right? So again, I showed you guys how to write a book, complete a book, copyright the book, publish the book, how to sell the book,
but
also show how they can offer that service to other people. We did it for $37.
It was lovely.
So these ILF workshops are going to be the exact same, except they're going to start at $97. So anywhere from $97 to $197, that's a long way from $7,500 or $3,500 in terms of the one-on-one coaching.
Yeah,
this is going to be an opportunity for people to get into it where they fit in it. Some people say, well, they're going to need to be taught about this and that and that. Tell me how you do this. And that's why we're going to break it down to workshop. That way we can give people exactly what they want. Other than that, man, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to let Shay give her salutation. She'll probably give it back to me and we'll get you guys out of here.
Absolutely. So it's been a great night. Hope you all obtained value from the conversation we had tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you all here on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Don't forget, if you have any questions or check out the webinar, schedule your your strategy call with Derek. If you haven't already, do so by texting more info to 407-326-0086. I also want you to take advantage of digitalflowsolutions.net. Go over to the website, check out the information. If you are looking to or know someone that is looking to get the word out about their business with a website, automations, workflows, funnels, social media planner, all that and 100 times a plus more, let us know. Send them on over to digitalflowsolutions.net and let them schedule a business assessment with me where we'll walk through your business, what your offerings are, and see how we can get you set up on Digital Flow Solutions platform. Derek, I have an amazing testimony I'll give right now.
Let's hear it. Let's do it.
So Digital Flow Solutions has now done their initial and official onboarding for a internet radio station.
Good stuff. Love it.
Yeah, so they will be utilizing the Digital Flow Solutions platform to help get the word out on who they are, what they do, and as well as stream their radio station. So that's just some of the things that Digital Flow Solutions can do for you. And if you have an entity type, doesn't matter what, whether you are a baker, an e-commerce, if you're someone with an e-commerce store, if you have anything that you're just pursuing, right? Whether it is painting houses, whatever. The ILF model, we can house any business under Digital Flow Solutions. So definitely check us out. And if you need a virtual assistant, go to www.va101.co. Let our team get you the right and the right and some quality virtual assistants. And again, Derek, that's all I have to say. I will hand it back over to you, my love.
All right. All right. So again, I'm just like Shay. Thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. Make sure you follow us everywhere. So if you're new to us and you're just now kind of catching on, go soak up that TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You can find us everywhere, guys, at Forston Consultants. And if not there, type in Derek Forston. Type in Shanyeshe Forston, the Angela Denise Foundation. Look at Shay holding that big $10,000 check and how she got that for housing the homeless and the displaced in this shared living environment that we're talking about. Also find out how Shay's virtual assistant found that grant and applied for it. Shay had nothing to do with that.
Not a one.
So if you need a virtual assistant, guys, we get our VAs from www.va101.co. One more time, that's www.va101.co.
That's the number 0.
And that's where we want you guys to go and get your virtual assistants, guys, at $5 an hour. It's the absolute cheat code to your life and your business. And watch this. If you're new to us, we tell everybody this. The cheat code to life and everything that we do is that we keep God first, virtual assistants next, software and systems, which we talked about tonight at digitalflowsolutions.net, and the assessment. We got to have a great assessment to make sure that we're bringing in the right client, the right avatar, the right resident, whatever word that you guys are using. We use the word client. We house clients. I don't really call them residents, or just because of the hospital that I worked at many years ago, we wasn't allowed to call them patients. So when you hear us say the word client, I'm talking about the people I'm housing, which you guys probably refer to as residents.
Yeah.
But again, don't forget, man, arrogance. Remember that if you guys procrastinate, it's the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. So guys, we made this real easy. We give you everything with the coaching, right? We've cut the price in half, and we're allowing you to join somebody with you to share that cost, right? So if there's anything that we can do, follow the instruction at the bottom of the screen. That'll give you the introductory webinar. That'll also grant you a free discovery call with me and my team. If you just text the phrase more info to 407-326-0086, that'll give you everything that you need to get started. Other than that, you guys be blessed. I'm going to let y'all go, and we'll see you guys Saturday at 10 a.m. And don't forget, if you want to be one of those 10 people that were handpicked by my team, because we still 5 short, and that you want that crazy sale price for our one-on-one coaching, text us the word 10 or the number 10 to the same number scrolling below, and my team will send you the invoice and the information. And trust me, it's going to be a crazy discount. So if you want it, act upon that. Other than that, Shay, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you guys next time, which is Saturday at 10 a.m. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the content, but I just want to let you know there's still time to apply for the scholarship for the ILF Mastery Blueprint, and that's our one-on-one coaching. So there's a lot that comes with it. So I'm just going to guide you guys to the website so that you can kind of check it out for yourself after we're done here. So you're going to visit forstonconsultants.com. Then you're going to click the tab that says Products and Services. The first thing that's going to pop up is the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Click that tab that says Learn More, and it's literally going to give you step-by-step instruction of what you can do. And it's real easy of how you can apply and win the scholarship to apply to the price so that you can get our one-on-one coaching here at Forston Consultants. Let's get back to the content.